Okay, so here's this Crash Pad pedal I got. Electro-Harmonix back in the early 80s, late 70s made a bunch of drum modules, and these are kind of cool, and they, just started making a couple of them again, and there wasn't much on YouTube about this Crash Pad, so I just kind of want to put it through its paces and show you some of the stuff it can do, because a lot of the examples online were pretty basic. So here's the basic Crash Pad sound. I'm triggering it with my mini brute. I'll show you that in a second. We can also trigger it with this button. And you can also do stuff like sweep it in reverse. Kind of a seashore sound, increase the resonance. And it kind of goes into self-oscillating territory. You can kind of use it as a bass drum if you want. You can make like zappy sounds and... And you can do a hi-hat kind of thing. You can do snares that are pretty good actually, which is surprising. So the sweep time is very short. A little chirpy for my taste. I like it better triggering it with the mini brute because you use CV to trigger it, and the CV bleeds into the signal, so you get kind of a punch. That's where you get the bass from. Do zaps, of course. Little reso zap. So it's somewhat versatile. You can put audio through it, and so you can put drum loops through here or guitars. I'll show you that in a little bit. Let me show you how I have this hooked up. So this trigger, this needs a 3 volt, so you can't trigger it with audio, which was kind of a bummer when I first got it, and I didn't know what I was going to do about that because I don't have a lot of synth modules that are analog, so I don't have, like a modulator set up or anything. How am I going to get control voltage that's high enough into this thing? It turns out that the mini brute kind of saved the day, so I didn't have to buy any more expensive equipment. If you've got one of these lying around, I think you can get these for like $300 now or something. But I can't quite. But I have this hooked up. I don't know if you can see a gate out. So you got gate out, which sends a pulse every time you hit a key. So you can then go and trigger the Crash Pad. Over here we have the Crash Pad and the vocal beats, and they're hooked up to a sequencer. And let me show you the Crash Pad patch first. Okay. And here's the vocal beats. This snare's kind of weak, and one reason I bought the Crash Pad in the first place was I was hoping I could thicken up my beats from the vocal with it. So here's how it all sounds together. I'm going to slowly crank up the volume as this plays. So yeah, you can really beef up a wimpy snare drum with this guy, and this is no production yet. So, you know, if you want it thicker, you can run it through some distortion or some compressors and EQs and all that good stuff. Okay, well, I got my guitar running through the Crash Pad here, and you're going to see it makes the guitar kind of sound like a house stab or something. It kind of gates whatever is going through it, kind of applies the filter to that, and I'm triggering it in time with my groove through the mini brute, which is kind of cool. And yeah, let's see how this sounds. Volka's doing the drums.